Good afternoon, everybody. Wait for a few people to come on here. Share a little bit of Sunday afternoon with your host, Donald Yates. How many of you are a fan of Earth, Wind, and Fire? I most certainly am. I grew up on this type of music in my household. Anyway, I got a few things to discuss with you. Good morning, Brother Stephan. How you doing, man? I'm a little excited. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I think that that people get it. But one of the reasons why I want to do these videos because I want to make sure people get it. How you like that Earth, Wind, and Fire, Brother Stephan Lennon? Stuff I grew up off of, man. I came up in a time of good music, very good music. I don't see too much of that no more. Anyway, today's discussion is going to be about Janus. Janus versus AFSCME, Council 31. The dire consequences that's at stake here. So we'll talk about the division meetings and a few other things on this Sunday afternoon. We're going to keep it short, and we're going to keep it sweet and directly to the point. Anyway, we lower that volume just a little bit. Brothers and sisters, Janus versus AFSCME, Council 31, and the dire circumstances that it puts the whole entire labor movement, particularly the public sector workers right now. I think it's a good time. If we're sleeping at the switch, maybe we should wake up, look at some of the programming on here. If you missed this program and others, or if you're not on social media, and I'm talking to the people who's on social media, if you got people who just not interested in getting on social media, I have a YouTube page that you can look at. All right. The channel, my YouTube channel is Union Rep 100 with Donald Yates. So you can check me out on YouTube if you wish. Get some education. See some of the things I like with as far as sports and political stuff. You can take a look at my channel. Particularly, I want to talk about this morning Janus versus AFSCME, because this is a case of a guy named Mark Janus who, for his own particular reasons, don't want to pay union dues to his union, and he doesn't want to pay union dues to his union because he doesn't agree with the union politically. All right? I got to tell you, one thing has nothing to do with the other. Union dues are union dues. What they do at PAC funds is a whole different matter. So he may not agree with what his union does with the PAC funds, but union dues pay for things like collective bargaining and just the general functions of the union. So I don't even know what this guy's talking about. Big up, Brother Grafton. So what's occurring here with this Janus versus AFSCME is that you got big companies, McDonald's, Costco, Walmart, big CEOs are putting a lot of money into a regular working guy, average guy, to battle it out with labor over whether we should be allowed to collect dues from the employer, which they call automatic dues collection or automatic dues checkoff, or should we go out and have to collect our dues on our own? And that's really what it boils down to. Is very simple. It boils down to, number one, the right-wing CEOs, some of the companies I just mentioned, are looking to destroy unions by taking away their capital. You destroy the union's ability to collect dues, which is the economic backbone of any union hall, any international union for that matter, and you take away its resources, then you cannot fight the CEOs no longer. And that's what they're trying to do, is to implement a sweeping brush right to work across the 50 states of the United States of America. And that's what this case is going to do. This case will come out in early May or June. You'll get a decision, and a lot of folks in the labor movement expect a loss on this decision because of the way the court system is set up with the picks of the justices that's on the Supreme Court right now. So this past Friday, I was in class at the Murphy Institute, which is on 43rd Street between 5th and 6th Avenue. It was given a course or an instruction on Janus, and they had some guest speakers. I want to shout out Donique Miller from Queens, city council member from Queens. He came and he addressed the audience on the importance of dues and the importance of making sure that we keep labor strong in New York. I forgot the gentleman's name that came in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He was also a great inspiration of why you're going to need to pay your union dues, because if anybody looks at the situation in Wisconsin, and let's talk, and if those of us remember, Scott Walker passed legislation in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or not just Milwaukee, but I'm talking about the state of Wisconsin, where they passed a law doing away with collective bargaining laws. And now what has occurred is union density in that state is low, is at an all-time low. So the purpose of my message here today is to let you know that you got to pay your dues. The dues is the only thing that keeps your union functioning. Now, there's those out there, men, and I don't even know how many, because the locker room lawyers get to talking to people, and you would think that you had a bad union. You don't have a bad union. Many of us don't even realize what it is to be without a union. But if you ever encounter being without a union, you will find out what it means to be without a union. Particularly here in working for New York City Transit, the MTA, any area of the MTA, you know that this place likes to discipline its membership, its workforce. They take the side of the public quite often. And in my opinion, it's not always, and in most cases, it's not even right that they take the side of the public. But if without your union dues, without having collective bargaining laws that protect you, you would have no say against what they do. They could do whatever they want to do. All right? This is going to be the first or the second of many conversations that I'm going to have regarding this issue. All right? So I want people to look up Janus versus AFSCME. And I also want you to look up many versions of Janus versus AFSCME, because what I notice and what you'll notice is that when you look online or do a search online for something, it's telling both sides of the story. Now it's interesting that both sides of the story don't necessarily have to be wrong. It's where you stand politically. It's what you stand where you stand politically as far as what you have to gain. And that's, just being real talk. Good afternoon, Brother Mendoza. Qualabon, what's up, man? Happy retirement. Glad you're enjoying life. Colodro, good afternoon. Pagan, good afternoon. Feels good to be me. Good afternoon, and I want to give a shout out to you for your participation in the bus rodeo, and I gotta hand it to you. I'm impressed. Anyway, to continue the conversation with Janus versus AFSCME, it's a union. AFSCME is a like an international union that covers many different civil service type of workers, and particularly public workers. And being that we're public workers and public servants, we're keeping an eye on this case, because any decision that comes out of the courtroom will affect us. And we not going to sit up here and think that we're going to avoid or dodge a bullet. We think this bullet's going to hit us dead in the heart. So we want to get out here is the education to our membership as to why they need to pay dues. Some people believe that they need to pay dues only to get themselves out of trouble. That is not the case. That is not only the case. Your union represents about 15, maybe 20% of membership on discipline cases, grievance procedures, and things of that nature. The rest of the union is about defending the collective bargaining agreement, whatever it may be. All right? There's many other reasons why you want your union dues paid. When you got to challenge the company, oftentimes we need attorneys to do that. Attorneys to match the company's attorneys. It's just one thing. I could give, at another program, I'll give you a list of the things that we have to pay with your union dues. Your union dues are what makes this union run. And I'm tired of people saying, oh, the union this, the union that. Let me tell you guys something. You are the union. Last time I checked, you are the union. All right? I'm in the field. I'm out on the routes. I want to make sure that, excuse me. I want to make sure that, things are going good out there. We want to bring, basic organizing to our membership like we're supposed to. There's no doubt about it. And even the people, even the naysayers and the people who got issues, I want to hear your issues. We want to hear your issues because we want to get out there and we want to be at least take it out of your head or try to convince you that this union is something worth fighting for. All right? I'm going to leave y'all with that. Only because I don't want to stay on that point too long. What I want you guys to do is take a look at Janus versus AFSCME. Take a look at some of the history. Take a look at civil rights history. Take a look at any struggle that has gone on in this country, and you'll see that unions had something to do with paving the way for change. All right? There's many young people on this job now that don't understand what they come into, and they just have a disregard for unions altogether. All right? Believe it or not, and some of the people who's on Facebook, who are my friends on Facebook, they'll tell you, I got people who don't even have this job yet who contact me. All right? They contacted me so I can get out there and see why they're not being hired. So if the union is as bad as what people are trying to make things out to be, why contact a union rep to help you get hired? Why not just contact a lawyer? Because the union does matter. That's why. The union matters for everybody. People who are on the job and people who are off the job. The union matters. It's about your civil rights. All right? And with that being said, Come out to your division meetings. I don't care if you don't like the officers. I don't care if you don't like the officers. Come out to your division meetings. If you don't like what's going on, make some suggestions at the division meeting. Make change. You make them make the change. You make your officers make the change. You make your officers respect you. Because that's what unionism is all about. The membership is the union. The membership is you're my boss. You tell me which direction you want to go. That's the way we're going. I'm just your representative. I'm your voice. But you are in charge. Come to your union meetings. Come to your union meetings. Make a difference. Together we make a difference in everything. Together. Not me by myself. If I got to do a work stoppage, I can't sit out there and stop work by myself. I need everybody to stop work. And then we make a difference. Then we get attention. Then we can make change. And with that being said, I just want to say one last thing. It was a Hispanic Society dinner dance happened on Friday night just past. They honored Nelson Rivera. Shout out to Nelson Rivera. We haven't always been on the same page politically, but I will say that the gentleman, the officer, does deserve praise. He's a hardworking union rep, and he deserves praise. And the Hispanic Society has also celebrated their 50th anniversary in existence. They started in 1967, and I want to shout them out and go another 50 years defending and putting on the rights for Hispanic people. All right. The African Society of African American Transit Employees will also be having their 50th anniversary probably next year. So with that said, folks, check me out. I'm on YouTube as well. My channel is Union Rep 100 with Donald Yates. Check me out. With that said, have a good day, everybody. I'll answer some of you. Matter of fact, I answer all of you offline. Be safe. Have a wonderful day. Those of you out there driving, be safe. Be good, guys. Talk to y'all.